Hey! So this is not going to be professional in any way, and there's going to be a lot of background noise, but I'm going to attempt to, I've had so many people ask about how to make strawberry jam and can it that I'm just going to make a little video for you. I'm going to try. All right, so what I use is I don't know how to turn this thing. Well, what I use is for pectin is the Sure-Jell. I know it's backwards. I don't know what to do about that. Anyway, Sure-Jell reduced sugar pectin, and it actually comes with directions in there, and I follow them. So it says the strawberry jam recipe is what I use, and it is 6 cups of crushed strawberries and 4 cups of sugar, and so that's all you need, that and the pectin. So yeah, let me go on. Let's get started. Usually I make a lot of batches because I make for our entire year jam. So I basically washed and stemmed my strawberries and then just blended them in the Ninja. And then that's just so there's no chunks. So if you don't want to blend them, if you want it to be a little chunkier, you can just mash them. So like this is what I did. I mashed some for strawberry shortcake. So anyway, yeah, you could have just mashed them. We prefer to blend it so it's smoother. So anyway, I blended some. I have them in a big pot. So yeah, we will get started with the directions. Let me show you the directions really quick. So here's the cooked jam directions. It just comes in every box of pectin. So this is super easy, and it's in there. Okay, so I turned the burner on high, and I am going to stir this, well, 4th cup sugar with the package of pectin into this. And you want to get this to a full rolling boil. Rolling boil, it says, means that you, when you stir it, it does not stop boiling. So that's your goal. So you mix this part sugar, part pectin into this and stir, stir, stir until it can get to a rolling boil. I also should mention that if you want to can this jam, like in a water bath canner, you do have to sterilize your jars and wash your lids really good and have them air drying so that they're ready for when your jam is ready. Okay, I have it to a full rolling boil, so now I'm going to dump the rest of the sugar in and continue stirring. To get it boiling, you probably need to turn it down a little bit, otherwise it's going to foam over. So you just keep stirring until it gets to a rolling boil again. And then once it's to a rolling boil again, you measure exactly 1 minute of full rolling boil, which it looks like I'm just about there. Measure exactly 1 minute of full rolling boil, and then take it off. Just remove mine from the heat. You do have to make sure that you stir it the entire time, especially when it's actually boiling. Oops, sorry. See, there's a little bit of foam at the top. Some people like to skim that off. Also, some people, it says in the directions, some people can put lemon juice or butter or margarine in there to reduce the foam. I've never really, the foam doesn't bother me, so I've just kind of let it be. I don't add the stuff. I don't really skim it off unless there's like a ton, but honestly, this isn't a lot. So now I will bring it over to my jars and ladle it in. So I have my sterilized jars and clean lids, and here's my jam. So this little doohickey helps a lot for ladling the hot jam in, but I honestly didn't have that for the first couple years that I was doing this, so it's not necessary. It just might make a little more of a mess. Double batch made a dozen plus a little bit more of these 12-ounce jelly jars. So that's about how much. So one batch would make about 6 12-ounce jelly jars. So hope that helps with the measurements. If you're going to can these in the water bath like I'm going to show, you have to make sure that all of the edges, like if there was anything, oh, I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. Anything on the top that got spilled, you have to wipe them all and dry them before you put the seal and the lid on. Otherwise the seal won't take. So there's my first dozen. I am going to make at least another double batch because I found my family of 6 needs at least 2 dozen to get through the year. That gives us 2 a month, and that's usually about right. Sometimes I try to make a little bit more just to give us some wiggle room. But if you are going to, this is the cooked recipe, so this is not the freezer recipe. There's recipes in there for freezer jam. It's totally different. So these are the cooked jam where you're going to can them. So just so you know that. I will show you how to can them now. So here's my 25 jars of jam that I'm going to can right now. I wanted to show you, so some of them, this is like one of the ones that has the most foam. So do you see there's a little bit of foam on top? You can, like I said, skim that off. What we've found is, honestly, once it's set and canned and everything, when we pull one out and open it, we just give it one quick stir and that foam just stirs right in and it doesn't bother us at all. So I've never bothered with skimming it, but you can. And like I said, you can also use lemon juice or butter or margarine to reduce it. I've just never done that in the past. So now I am getting my canner started. So I'll be right back. So here, I'm ready to can these. I have this water bath canner and these little tongs to help pick them up, put them in and pick them up out of. I did not have either of these things the first year or 2 that I did them. I used a stock pot and some tongs. I don't recommend that because I did bust 1 or 2 jars and it was kind of a mess. But if you don't have these things, you can do it. It just might have a little bit of consequences. So I have water boiling in this, high enough that it would completely cover whatever jars I put in. So I'll show rack that comes with the canning thing and sink them down in there, and so they're all completely submerged. I put the lid on, and then they need to boil in there for 10 minutes. This rack that comes with the canning thing and sink them down in there, and so they're all completely submerged. I put the lid on, and then they need to boil in there for 10 minutes. So I just popped these up. That's what's nice about this canner. It's got this like rack that you just pop them up. And so I'm going to use these little, oh, you hear that popping? Yay! These little tongs to pick them up and put them on a towel. Those pops mean that they're sealed. So once all of them pop, did you just see that one? So once all of them pop, it kind of sucks the seal in and then they're sealed. But you want to let it sit at least for a couple hours to cool on the towel. And then just make sure that they all popped. By this thing is going to be like indented instead of pushed out. You can't, if you push it, it won't pop. So I hope that makes sense. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. I just thought this would be easier because I've had so many people asking. So please, no judgment on my subpar videoing and editing skills. Yeah, just thought maybe this could help some people. All right, talk to you later.